2018 Maserati Quattroporte Review. The good points of Maserati Quattroporte: immense presence, air of exclusivity, sporty driving experience, petrol engine's oral drama. The bad points of Maserati Quattroporte: lacks cutting-edge technology. Pre-facelift interiors feel cheap. Unlimousine-like ride. Everything sounds better in Italian, something the Maserati Quattroporte literally four-door has proved through various generations since 1963. Mainstream large saloons have serious names that could look equally in your house on a submarine or section of construction equipment. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class, BMW 7 Series and Audi A8, one example is. Those, together with the Jaguar XJ and Porsche Panamera, are definitely the Quattroporte's chief rivals. This Italian offering is one area a bit totally different from. A car using a name that sounds romantic and intriguing, notable, and an engine lineup which provides equally sensational oral drama. Range lacks rivals' complexity. Following the Range's 2016 facelift, which introduced a sharper grille design and increased levels of technology, you've got three flavors of Quattroporte available: Standard, GranLusso and GranSport. The latter two differ visually, plus an ethos, using the GranLusso dedicated to being more cosseting and traditional, the GranSport appearing bolder plus much more aggressive. Regardless, you can anticipate 19, 20 and 21-inch alloy wheels, enormous brakes, a mechanical limited slip differential and skyhook active suspension damping. Equipment-wise, you will discover driver assistance systems, the conventional Maserati analog clock, supple leather interiors, sedan along with a Harman Kardon stereo audio. 2 petrol engines plus a diesel. The inclusion of any diesel engine became a first to the Quattroporte. It's created by fellow Italian firm VM Motori as opposed to Maserati itself, and features AdBlue exhaust after-treatment technology and lessening harmful emissions. For actuality, this may be the one you would like: a 3.0-liter, twin-turbo V6 that delivers suitable mid-range grunt without costing the planet Earth to run. It's the V6 and V8 petrols that could set the knees wobbling though, due to a fantastic soundtrack and rapid performance, dispatching the 0.62 mph sprint in 5.1 and 4.7 seconds respectively. An 8-speed automatic gearbox links the engine on the rear wheels. The UK misses from the 4-wheel drive option and enables you to tailor the driving experience between serene chauffeur-like smoothness and rapid, punch-in-the-back style shifts. Almost limousine space and also a sporty drive. If you're still not convinced, then this Quattroporte's trump card, its drive, should conquer any floating voters. While other cars with this type are definitely more easily enjoyed from your backseat, the Maserati happens to be a car for drivers. There's no denying its dimensions, so don't expect any agile broad antics, but given a broad stretch of tarmac along with a clear horizon, the Quattroporte is capable of doing thrilling you and the passengers no matter engine choice. It doesn't provide you with the road smoothing ability or colossal number of rear seat space with the S-Class and the all-rounder skills on the 7 Series, however for outright drivability you won't go far wrong using this Maserati. Find out whether that's enough. That will put it before its talented rivals in your full Maserati Quattroporte review. Diesel engine appeals for the head, but the petrols will delight your heart. Near supercar performance with the GTS. There's not just a 4-cylinder engine on the horizon here, and of course nothing below the 275 horsepower mark. Expect powerful performance whichever Quattroporte you end up picking. All three engines utilize an 8-speed automatic gearbox expressed by ZF. It's an excellent transmission, which means that you can drive smoothly and quietly under normal running conditions. Rapidly massive volume of power on tap. To fully exploit the automobile, you would like to select the Sport drivetrain mode, which creates the gear shifts, throttle response and stability control system for enthusiastic driving. It also makes all the exhaust louder, and it is worth activating for this reason alone. There is usually a fully manual mode, which around the standard and GranLusso models is controlled using forward and backwards movements for the gear shifter. The GranSport gets standard steering wheel mounted paddles that happen to be optional around the other two cars. Single diesel engine. If you're a corporation car driver or serious about keeping your running costs down, relatively speaking, then your 3.0-liter V6 diesel really should be jumping over page at you. It's expressed by engine builder VIN Motori as opposed to Maserati, which is also found in the Ghibli Saloon and Levant SUV. It features AdBlue technology, calling upon a refillable detergent and lessening nitrous oxide NOx emissions through the exhausts. You obtain a single turbocharger to assist boostability to 275 horsepower, but more to the point, you get 600 Nm of torque, a lot more than the V6 and support of a little less compared to the V8 between 2,002, 600 revolutions per minute. There is really a slight delay because the diesel unit gets to its stride, but from there for the arrival of peak power at 4,000 revolutions per minute there is strong acceleration, ultimately causing a 0.62 miles per hour period of 6.4 seconds, that has a top speed of 156 miles per hour. It even sounds good, although a bit clattery at startup and also at low speeds, but this offers way to your deep and bassy rumble while you pick up momentum. It's less appealing because petrol engines, but it really sounds great indeed for the diesel. Duo of sporty petrol engines. Here is the place the heart from the Maserati lies, plus it starts having a 3.0-liter V6 petrol engine producing 410 horsepower and 550 Nm of torque on account of two turbochargers for that Quattroporte. This entry petrol unit delivers its power a little bit earlier compared to the diesel and across a wider rev range, with torque plateauing from 1,750 revolutions per minute in order to 5,000 revolutions per minute. It's quicker too, which has a top speed of 177 miles per hour and 0.62 miles per hour duration of 5.1 seconds. Although it can be less powerful versus the V8, this model carries less weight overall and specifically in the front wheels, bringing about more agile direction changes. Like greater engine, the V6 petrol is put together by Maserati in partnership with Ferrari, which is built with the latter in Maranello. While your brain might be indicating to buy the diesel, it's the GTS's V8 that generates the most emotional response. It also follows the long Maserati lineage of 8-cylinder power plants. Unlike its predecessors, the Quattroporte's twin-turbo, 3.8-liter unit delivers 530 horsepower at 6,800 revolutions per minute, and it has a mid-range torque punch of 650 Nm or 710 Nm on over boost from 2,004 revolutions per minute. It's smaller compared to before but contains the class highest specific output quantity of bhp per liter of displacement plus the highest specific torque too. This engine packs many power because of its size. As you expect, 0.62 miles per hour occurs quickly, within 4.7 seconds, causing this to be the easiest accelerating four-door in Maserati's history. Top speed in the GTS: 192 miles per hour, handling improves in sport mode. But ride quality suffers because of this. Greater agility than most within this segment. The very first thing to remember when getting behind the wheel on a Quattroporte is despite its body-shrinking styling, this is really a big car using a long wheelbase and a lot of weight to relocate. That said, it manages this bulk very effectively, with minimal body roll present, especially when you activate the Skyhook Adaptive Damper's sportier setting. While some multi-mode suspension setups on other cars are indistinguishable, the Quattroporte presents two distinct driving experiences for the press of a button. In normal driving conditions it is for the firm side but compliant, with lumps and bumps isolated from your cabin and incredibly little sway in the body. The steering is light and reactive to inputs, however, not twitchy, letting you smooth out sweeping corners as an alternative to darting over the road. Press the damper switch next to your gearshifter and everything firms up, the wheel becomes weightier plus much more sensitive, plus the body feels all the more tied down. In truth, it's somewhat too solid for lumpy roads, and also your passengers won't appreciate leaving it selected for days. A better compromise would be to sharpen the drivetrain by leaving the suspension alone, contributing to fast and bullish performance, having a ride more suitable for transporting important dignitaries. Luxurious, leather-lined cabin ambience. Two distinct interior themes to choose from. Improvements followed 2016 facelift. It's a fantastic feeling getting behind the wheel of any powerful sports limo like this, as well as the experience is done all the better about the whole because of the attractive and ergonomically laid-out cabin. The controls is quite large in diameter, opt for your optional leather upgrade, plus it feels fantastic to keep. Electrically operated seats assist you to sink down, enhancing the headspace at the front and giving the driving position a low-slung feel. Do this though and you should set the wheels superb in order not to obscure the dials. Elsewhere inside cabin you will discover a few disappointments, such because quality of some from the switches, those for the wheel for example, along with the graphics about the sedan system, that happen to be starting to look dated on earlier Quattroportes, specifically in comparison with all the competition. In conjunction using the styling revisions and technology enhancements introduced in summer 2016, the multimedia system was significantly improved and enlarged. Together that has a rotary controller to supplement the touchscreen functions. Front seats are especially sumptuous. Cabin relatively quiet despite engine's bark. Not just as much rear seat room as rivals. As a major limo this really should be where the Quattroporte scores some serious points, and we're thrilled to report that it can, to a degree. While there's a good amount of space around, especially within the back where passengers can take advantage of enormous amounts of leg and headroom, the ride doesn't quite provide you with the wafty experience you'd expect, especially within the larger 20-inch wheels. It's not uncomfortable, and positively on motorway you won't find much to complain about, but at lower speeds there's a certain firmness on the setup. That's true for your seats too, that offers a good degree of support but feel hard. A lack of squashiness might be perceived as an adverse point, but we found the Maserati's seats encouraged better posture and left us with less backache than normal. Double glazed windows cut wind and road noise to your whisper, possibly at cruising speeds there exists barely a murmur on the engine either. It's a genuinely lovely destination to spend an outing. Distinctive actively seeks GranSport and GranLusso models. All Quattroportes are generously appointed. Unique methods to trim and decor in your home. Following summertime 2016 range refresh, the Quattroporte was for sale in 3 trim levels: standard, not in conjunction using the GTS V8 engine, GranLusso and GranSport. Standard Maserati Quattroporte equipment. Calling the least expensive Quattroporte standard or entry level feels harsh considering what equipment has become lavished upon them. You get yourself a mechanical limited slip differential, skyhook electronically variable active damping, 8-speed automatic transmission, big xenon headlights with LED day running lights along with an adaptive front lighting system with headlamp washers and LED taillights. Solid paint is standard, as they are chrome exterior trim, heated windscreen washer nozzles and automatically dimming, powered and heated exterior mirrors. Safety-wise you obtain dual-stage front airbags plus side and window airbags, active cruise control, tire pressure monitor and electronic stability control. There's also an electric parking brake with hill holder for convenience and also an AF-Track vehicle tracking system if the worst happens as well as your car is stolen. There's a great deal of tech included, including front and rear parking sensors, full-color multimedia displays, sat-nav, radio, CD-DVD player, SD card watcher, plus USB, Bluetooth and OIN connectivity, played by way of a Harman Kardon head unit. Keyless entry and starting, an automatically dimming rear view mirror, dual-zone automatic climate control and rain-sensing wipers are typical standard, too. Helping you obtain is a simple and tri-exit system, plus electrically adjustable front seats plus a 4060 split rear seat. On the styling front you have headrests by having an embossed Trident logo, a multi-function controls power adjustable and gear knob in fine poltronifrau leather. GranLusso was one in the trim levels introduced as part on the 2016 refresh. The exterior is hallmarked by the front bumper design asked showcase the Quattroporte's elegance, that has a discreet spoiler and chrome detailing, using a less fussy diffuser design in the back. Alloy wheels are 20 inches in diameter and shroud black brake calipers. The GranLusso's interior showcases Maserati's usage of silk for the seats, doors, headlining and sun visors, offset against open-pore Rodica wood dashboard appliques. Additionally you'll find electrically adjustable pedals, Ford-zone climate control plus a heated rear seat. Its alter ego may be the GranSport, immediately noticeable outside with a more aggressive bumper and grille design, full of black and carbon fiber detailing. There's a pronounced, black finished rear diffuser, while 21-inch alloys with red brake calipers complete the appearance. Inside you will find sports seats at the front and rear, with a lot more side bolstering and piano black interior trim. Gear changes may be actioned while using the aluminum paddles around the steering column. Optional Maserati Quattroporte accessories. Depending around the chosen trim level, various additional features is usually specified at expense. Optional equipment might be bought individually or grouped together in packs, such as rear seat entertainment pack, which adds screens, wireless headphones and folding tables, along with the convenience pack, which gets a powered boot lid, rear parking camera, rear door keyless entry system and garage door opener. There is a Zegna pack which nets you an extended poltronifrau fine grain leather interior in black, red or tan, plus dark gray silk detailing with the seat centers, headlining, sun visors and door panels. The previously available luxury and sport packs were replaced from the GranLusso and GranSport trim levels introduced in 2016. Safety equipment improved during 2016 facelift. Not exactly cutting-edge kit, however it works well. 2 specialists to become crash-tested by Euro NCAP. While the Maserati Quattroporte hasn't been crash-tested from the safety experts at Euro NCAP, a robust chassis and mini standard kit should mean it's a secure place in which traveling. All grades get bright big xenon headlamps by having an adaptive front lighting system so you'll have the ability to see easily inside dark. There are also dual-stage front airbags for your driver and passenger plus side and window airbags. An electronic stability control strategy is installed too, along which has a tire pressure monitoring system along with a can of tire sealing compound with the electric air compressor from the boot. Alarm-wise, you obtain sensors in the automobile and an anti-lift device, along with a NavTrack vehicle tracking system to aid prevent theft. As part with the 2016 revisions, additional safety kit became available, and a 360-degree camera system, adaptive cruise control to help keep a predetermined gap on the vehicle, and the front end blind spot warning to alert you to traffic approaching from behind. Maybe you have mist within your mirrors. Cabin is large but more snug than you'd expect. Decent level of oddment safekeeping. Boot configuration is typical of the class. This can be a big car, although you'd expect there to be many space inside. It's more snug versus the Maserati Quattroporte's considerable 5,264 mm length suggests. You can stretch out inside the back, even behind a tall driver. Nonetheless, it's far cozier than you would experience inside the back of your Mercedes-Benz class, obviously any good standard wheelbase one. There are several little touches that amplify the Quattroporte's practical side. Electric sun blinds inside rear doors might be deployed on the driver's seat to shield the face of any sleeping toddler or celebrity passenger, while unsightly cup holders are hidden away behind a veneered flap next for the gear lever. There's additionally a sizable hidey hole in the central armrest. The boot gives a generous 530 liters of space to your bags of club sets or folded-up pushchairs, having a 60 hours 40 minutes split folding rear seat time for increased flexibility.